My role in the port, historically, has been involved in the business side of the house. My job has been to interact with our container line customers, our container terminal customers, railroads, and beneficial cargo owners. All these different pieces of the business makeup of the port really was the heart and soul of what I did. This has changed, and my role has changed due to our efforts in the digitization process in the port. Before this happened in the last 5 or 6 years, I did not interact with the IT group in the same way I do today. I did not get out there and talk about how our customers can connect to us and how we can connect to them on a digital platform. The digital platform effort has required a lot of our business skills because it's having to get the information from our customer base, who hasn't always been willing to share it, or in the past didn't understand how this process worked and the protections we are involved in when it comes to the digital marketplace. This digitization has changed my career path. I'm not an IT person. I didn't start out working with this areas. Again, really working and focusing on our customer base. Our customer base and getting that business, keeping our docks full, keeping our warehouses full, keeping the railroads moving. That's what we focused on, and that's what I did. This new realm that I'm getting involved in is really an exciting piece as the ecosystem of the supply chain changes throughout this new model that we're using, which is to integrate all these different pieces of technology, integrate all these different data platforms, and more importantly, get that information out to our customer base, showing them how to do it in a safe, secure manner, and more importantly, alleviating any fears they might have of what this data could involve or should involve and what may or may not be used for it. And I think that's really the important part and the big change in what I have done in my work role. The future is always a great question because we just don't know. I think the Internet of Things, which has been around for a while, really is starting to take hold in the supply chain. New advancements with having sensors and repeaters inside containers, on every container in a given fleet, hundreds of thousands of containers. All that data needs to be coalesced and used for a positive purpose to move that cargo operations through the port. And that's really, I think, what our future is going to hold. Taking that technology, taking that data that we can find, and giving it out to our customer base in the best way.
My name is Pieter from Bouwel, lead data scientist at Port of Antwerp-Bruges. I'm responsible for the development and the implementation of data science solutions and AI strategy within the organization. And this means concretely that, first of all, we develop smart solutions for the port, data-driven solutions. Second, we focus on a mature AI infrastructure. And third, and this will be a challenge for the coming future, is that we try to embed the AI technology within the organization. Well, actually in our organization today, data science is already part of digitalization strategy. So in our road towards a smart port, we have 3 major focus points. And the first one is a digital nervous system, which is a network of smart sensors inspired by the 5 human senses that measure what is happening in and around the port. Second, we want to not only measure this information, but also bring it together, and therefore we are building a digital twin, which is a virtual replica of the port, and it combines all this data and gives it to our users or our people. And then third, and this is where data science comes into the picture, we are building a digital brain, which is an artificial intelligence component that makes the entire system a smart system. Well, today I see myself as an AI evangelist, so I try to convince people of the added value of those smart solutions, of those AI solutions for them in their daily jobs. So I want to build a trust in AI. In the future, we hope that we have enough believers or followers that they come proactively with their challenges and they AI solutions to us, and that we can really embed it within the organization. And we think today that we're only looking at the tip of the iceberg, that there's a lot of potential also below the water surface. And we don't only have to look within our own organization, we have to look at the bigger picture of an entire port to become a smart port, but also that the smart port can communicate with smart cities or with smart cars, for example, that those smart systems can communicate with each other, and then we can really unleash the power of data science and AI.
So I started working in management accounting. In this role, I was analyzing data to optimize revenue, operating expense, and other key financial and operational metrics. I was responsible for the cruise gate Hamburg, the operator of all cruise terminals in Hamburg, as well as the Flotte Hamburg, a ship owner with a fleet of about 50 ships like firefight boats, police boats, transport ships, and icebreakers. Based on my analysis, I provided reports for decision makers, so they can make well-informed decisions. And I planned the next fiscal years too. In my new role as a specialist business intelligence and management accounting, I'm responsible for developing BI-enabled planning and performance management systems based on data warehouse and big data technology. This will result in more efficient workflows, automated interactive dashboards, and the creation of more insightful reports, for instance. Well, 7 years ago, when I started out in management accounting, many data analysis was done in Excel sheets. This meant a lot of manual work that needed to be done year in and year out. Connecting finance data with operational data always required data integrity checks to make sure that the data fits into each other. And of course, there was a limitation of the amount of data that could be handled by a single Excel file on a notebook before the system crashed. With our new system, we can use query designs and cron jobs to automate repetitive tasks, while connectors to several sources mean that we don't have to worry about the data integrity. The biggest benefit is the self-empowerment of management, allowing them to pull their reports with the newest data using pre-designed dashboards. As I stated before, my role already shifted from on-demand analysis to analysis automation. Starting out as an analyst, I feel like data engineering is becoming more and more important in my job. By automating the reporting structure, I am freeing up resources that are needed to analyze the big data lakes to provide deeper insights on how prepare for future challenges. I am committed to continuing this path, being able to connect even more data sources and utilizing big data for insightful reports that can be customized for all departments and management levels. I'm also eager to see how digitalization and new technologies like machine learning can influence the operations and the fiscal planning of the Hamburg Port Authority and other shipping companies around the world.